Now we're at the time where the Hamashiach is getting ready to come.
And hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. All right, Israel. Shabbat shalom and happy new moon.
That's right. Shabbat shalom. Let's get it, Israel. Happy
All right. So
new
y'all
moon.
know it is a double Shabbat. So I'm just bringing up the calendar so you all can see. And just want to just show you all that the new moon starts sunset today, which is the 4th day of the second month. Second month of Ziph. So just remember, keep in mind, since it is a double Shabbat, the Shabbat, the weekly Shabbat takes precedence over any feast days as far as you cannot cook, cannot buy or sell. But normally on a new moon, if it doesn't fall on the Shabbat, then you can cook. All right. If it falls on the Shabbat, it is a Shabbat. So let's praise the Most High for that.
That's right.
All right. But Israel, y'all see the title? Y'all see what it? Me. I'm pretty sure you have an idea of what we're going to be discussing tonight. We're going to talk about some serious issues that's been going on collectively with the women. Now, Israel, I'm going to tell y'all something. It took me a long time to figure something out. Y'all know how we used to always get on you guys, especially the seniors, the senior women, about getting on these younger sisters, and how come we don't see these senior women getting on these sisters, especially on social media. You don't see that. If you do, it's very, very rare. Okay. Man, I can name one. What's the lady's name? Shahrazad
Ali.
Yeah, Shahrazad Ali. So she's one of the only ones I know of that's really getting on the younger generation of sisters. So my point is that it's very rare when you see that, but you don't, for the most part, collectively, you don't see older women getting on the younger sisters. There's a reason for that. And, and it took me years to figure this out. Why is it like this? Like men, for example, when we look at younger men, we see ourselves in these younger men. All right. And we correct them. Men don't have a problem with correction, period. All right. But I was just wrecking my brain, figuring out why is it that women in particular don't get on other women. And I got my answer a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to queue up a video for you guys so that you can see. So I'm going to give it a minute to populate because I know that there's a time delay. So I'm going to give it a few seconds on there. If you see the video, if you can see the video that popped up, I didn't hit play yet, but if you can see the video, just put 1 in the chat box. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Like I said, there's a time delay. Because she says something so profound, something so just astonishing. Okay, good. All right, all praises to the Most High. You got to catch this because I might have to repeat it a couple of times to get this, but I want you to pay attention. They call her, I think her name's Kathy, a substitute teacher or something like that. But she just started on social media because her husband gave her permission to start using her wisdom to talk to these younger ladies. And I applaud her for that. So I'm going to go ahead and click play. I want y'all to listen to this very, very carefully.
I would argue that if an older woman had told this younger lady or any younger lady that this is how boys see you, if you do that, you would act differently if someone had told you that. I think men do a much better job of checking each other because men see themselves in younger men. Women see themselves as younger women. So a man...
Did y'all hear that? Let me just rewind some of that part again. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to rewind this from the very beginning. I want y'all to really pay attention again.
I would argue that if an older woman had told this younger lady or any younger lady that this is how boys see you, if you do that, you would act differently if someone had told you that. I think men do a much better job of checking each other because men see themselves in younger men. Women see themselves as younger women. So a man...
Bars.
She's good. You better teach.
Hey. I would.
All right. Did y'all get what she said there? Okay. She said that men see themselves in younger men, But women collectively, whether it be old or young, they see themselves as younger women. It took me years to figure this out. And when she said that, it made so much sense to reason why we don't see these older women getting on these younger sisters. Because if they see themselves as younger women, then that means that they're in competition with these young women. Wouldn't that make sense? That's powerful. That's powerful, Israel. It's sad and it's pathetic, but that's what we're dealing with. You know how many sisters I've talked to where they personally told me that they literally had to hide their, the people that the brothers that they were what you call dating, they had to hide them from their mothers in fear of their mothers trying to make a pass on their men. Y'all hear that? I've had countless of women that told me that, and I'm like, well, that don't make sense. Why would they want to interfere with with their own daughters like that? That doesn't make sense. A mother should be happy for her daughter or something like that, especially if it's a righteous brother and someone that can take care of their daughters. Why would the mother want to be in competition with that? Then it made sense. I says, okay, that's why they do that, because women in general see themselves as younger women. I was like, dang, okay, I got it now. It's like a light bulb clicked. And it's like, no wonder collectively these women aren't getting on these younger sisters, because they're competition. They see themselves as competition to these younger women. You notice that most older women, they don't even like to give their age because they feel like it makes them feel old. It's crazy, Israel. And when I heard this, when I saw this, it just blew my mind. And like I said, it took me years to figure that stuff out. And once I got my answer, and then it just made total, complete sense. All right, if you got your word, go ahead and turn to Proverbs chapter 16. And I'm gonna start with verse 18, and I'll read verse 19. All right, it says, pride goes before, I don't know why this thing is doing that. It says, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty ruach before a fall or spirit. All right, verse 19. Better it is to be of a humble ruach or spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoils with the proud. All right. But I want to go back up to verse 18, where it says, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty ruach before a fall. Now, one thing I noticed in that video that she said is that men don't have a problem with correction, because we don't. If majority of these women realize their pride, and if they set that aside and actually fulfill their roles as the way the Most High has designed it, man, you know how far ahead we would be. You know how advanced that we would be. But because the heathen has set up a system where it has incentivized our women and has weaponized our women, therefore our women have developed such a pride conscious, where they can't even, it's crazy, they can't even admit it. And some of these sisters would rather strongly believe a lie than to humble down and to humble themselves and to submit to the Most High and to His will, and to His laws, commandments, and statutes. That's powerful. What you got out? Hey, bro, turn your mic on. I don't think your mic is on.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Were you trying to get in something?
No, Kai, man, you good?
Okay.
What Brother Daniel was saying, right? Dealing with the competition between the younger women and the older women is a phenomenon that really shouldn't be going on, right? When we had it in the old days, in the 30s and the 40s, right? When when we were married at a close to a 90% rate, right? Israelites, man, we were getting married. We were sticking together in the hard times, in the times that we were in the cotton fields, in the times that we were getting our backs beat in, in the times that we were getting raped, robbed, and murdered by the hands of these damn heathen, right? Man, we were sticking together as a people, right? You know, we married each other, right? And we stuck together, and we started building something from the ground up. Now that we've, you know, got to where, you know, somewhat that it's not, you know, at least we're not getting beat no more, and we're not held by chains and all of that stuff, you know, like Brother Daniel was saying. Now the things are becoming out of order, right? You know, because back in those days, the younger women weren't in competition with the older women, but instead the older women took up a position to teach the younger women, right, how to be a woman, right, how to raise a husband, you know, I mean, how to take care of a husband and how to be a wife. Nowadays, right, we have situations where our sisters as a whole, they were rather instead of partnering with a man, right, instead of get married with a man, and I'm not saying you got to go down this twisted legal system that we have here, man. You could, you know, you could do you know, all kinds of different ways that you know, that you don't have to put yourself in a legal binding situation with this government, right? Because I know that's a lot of fear for a lot of men these days, right? Because the court systems are really twisted, right? And they're really biased as to who comes out of the relationship, right, with the no fault divorce, right? And they have all kinds of other like crazy stuff, right? You got women, they can just you know, they can marry you, you know, stay married to you for like, you know, a couple of years, and then divorce you, and then next thing you know, you're on the hook for alimony or doing all this stuff. Is just because you decided to be just because you decided to work hard, like Brother Daniel and myself, and be a successful, you know, a successful brother, right? And so, like, how do you safeguard against that stuff these days when you see the women? They're not really showing loyalty like that to you, right? Because, right, the sisters nowadays, they think about me, right? What am I going to do? You know, would I rather, you know, which I had somebody show me something the other day, right? It was a group of heathen women, right? And it was a few sisters on there, right? And they asked the panel, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull this up in a minute, right? They asked the panel saying, would you rather keep your OnlyFans, which is turned out, I did some investigation on this, and OnlyFans is like digital pornography, right? Where these women, they get to get online and you know what I'm saying, show their butt cheeks for $3.99 a month. It's just complete wickedness on all levels, right? So they were asking the table, right, would you rather you know, would you rather be on OnlyFans, right? Or would you rather have a loving husband to take care of you, right? You know what I'm saying? That was the question, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. All the heathen wanted a husband, a loving husband that was, you know, successful and that he took care of them, right? You know what the sisters say? These harlots say, I can't trust a man, right? I mean, like they glossed over what the brother said so totally about a loving husband to take care of you. They just glossed totally over that, right? And then they said, I would rather be a harlot on the internet and shake my butt cheeks $3.99 a month than be you know, submissive and loyal to a loving husband that would take care of me for the rest of my life. That stuff is crazy right there.
That's sad, you know, and see, and that's why, like, a lot of brothers now, I'm not talking about the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Pookies and the Ray Rays, we know they trash, all right? I shouldn't be even getting with those brothers anyway. But a lot of righteous brothers, they're afraid. I'm going to tell you why they're afraid to get with any women in America, especially, because they know that, because like brother was mentioning before, the way that the woman has been incentivized, collectively, who benefits from the relationship when they break up? When they break it up, is the woman, right? Even if the man did break the relationship, guess what? The woman still is going to get the benefits, especially if the brother has married a woman and she has a child that wasn't by him. And guess what? He loses. Not only does he lose that stepchild, you know, then he loses half the alimony, and then he has to pay, you know, whatever child support for that child that he didn't have. That's serious. And then plus on top of that, don't let him be retiring, because if he's going through retirement, guess what? She's gonna get half of the retirement. I've known brothers, who that has happened to. All right. So we can, we can't, you cannot argue and say that, no, that's not correct. Majority of the women don't get incentivized. Yes, they do. Collectively, majority of the women are incentivized, and they benefit from breaking the relationship. Now, of course, you're going to have those cases where there are cases where the children do go to the men. I've seen that. Okay. I'm not going to deny that. But it's a very rare case. The woman have to be like nearly strung out on drugs and all kinds of stuff. But there are cases where the children do go to the men, but collectively, that's not the case, Israel. And we all know that. And that's fact. You cannot deny stats, okay? You cannot deny the statistics. Yeah. And I wanted to, bro, I don't know if you had anything to put in, but there's another video that relates to what you was just saying. It's a short one.
Just what I was saying, I just wanted to just bring it out. Now, I want y'all to understand, right? Because it looks like we might have a couple of detractors, a couple of new people that just don't know what's going on, right? But what we do on this channel, right, day in and day out, right, we get on the wicked. It's not about our people. Right now, we're not in a good situation, right? Right now, we have a situation where we have 73% of our community is single mothers, right? And I'm gonna bring out another video a little bit later where we are where we have this kid, a child that was shot in Boston, 12-year-old boy, right? And you have other kids at school getting bullied at school, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I want to see, when I play the video, do y'all see the underlying factor of what the problem was? But before I do that, let me go ahead and share this video real quick, right? And then, for any detractors or whatever, of course, we're going to put the link in there. So, we'll give you all the, if you want to come on and bring your scriptures with you, we'll be more than willing to listen. All right, hold up. Give me a second. Let me share this. It's crazy. All right, let me see. Hey, can you see that?
Yeah, just give it a second. Yeah, I can see it. Just give it a second, because sometimes there's a delay and everything.
All right, Israel, put a 1 in the comment board if y'all can see that.
Hey, let me deal with this. Hey, we'll deal with some of this stuff towards the lesson, but just to kind of give you a she asks why women blame so often for what's going on among us when men are supposed to be the head. What the problem is the women were to submit and to humble themselves, then we wouldn't have a problem with being the head.
Right, and then not only that, right? Just the main problem is what you started doing is making yourself of zero value by not committing to marriage before you have sex, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that would constitute a woman valuing herself, right, and valuing what the Most High has said, because you're supposed to be a virgin, you're supposed to marry when you're a virgin, right? When you have these women that are giving up the cheeks for free, because that's exactly what they're doing, right? They're becoming hoes and harlots, therefore becoming single mothers and ruining the community, right? That's why women are the problem. You know what I'm saying? In the scriptures, the Most High didn't punish the men. He burned the women at the stake because they were the one that wouldn't close their legs. But hey, man ain't running around, just taking it. You got to say yes for babies to be born, for sex to happen, for things of that nature. So that's why we get on the women.
Yeah. So in rightly dividing, ask yourself the question, how many of these women that are not married got high body counts? And then come back and give us some answers.
All right. Okay, so we're going to play the video real quick. Before I do, Brother Dan, you got anything you want to say, Ak?
No, I just got this video. Once you get done with yours, I'll play the other one, because it's going to be fine with this one. So.
All right, so we got, that's not this woman. I think she's Dominican. And then we have the sister right here. And then the sister in the green, right, with the weave. And then the sister over here with the twist in her hair. All right.
Can I ask a question that's pretty...
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So if you have an OnlyFans, right? And, you meet a guy that's successful, he takes care of you, he respects you, he takes you on trips, he spoils you, and it's getting serious and he wants to commit to you fully and vice versa. but wants you to delete the OnlyFans, you're telling me that you would give up all of that and that life and that love and that connection because you want to keep making $5 to $20K a month on a platform that's not going to last forever.
Not
Okay, so look, the relationship.
Stop. Raise a hand. Yeah. Who would give up the OnlyFans? Raise a hands.
I don't have.
Put your hand down.
I would.
I will.
I'll delete everything.
Okay. So hold on. It looks to me like only 2 girls wouldn't give it up. You 2 wouldn't give it up?
3. No, I wouldn't give it up.
You wouldn't give it up? Okay. 3. Who's the third?
Her, and her.
Wait, 1?
Oh, you did?
Not necessarily. No.
Okay. So you 2 would not give it up. Okay. All right. Why wouldn't you give it up?
Because people change their mind all the time. How am I supposed to know that if I stop making money, this man is going to be with me forever? Like, what am I going to do after that if he leaves me?
Who do you think initiates more breakups, men or women?
I don't know. It depends.
How many times have you been broken up with in your life?
Every time. It's funny. I usually do the breaking up.
Thank you for proving my point.
Go. Look at that.
That's my point. How many times have you a guy broken up with you? Once? Twice maybe?
0.
Every time. I don't recall a man breaking up with me.
There you go. How many times have you broken up with men?
Quite often.
Okay, so would it be fair to say that that's an unrealistic fear you have, that a man's going to leave you?
It is a fear.
But that doesn't...
I want to bring out something. With the part where she says, I'm the one that breaks up the relationship. Now, I'm a counselor as well, too. I counsel a lot of people, all right? And, the first thing the woman tells me when I ask them who breaks the relationship, they're always the one that's saying that they broke the relationship. And I'm going to tell you the reason why a lot of women break the relationship. You got to understand how women think sometimes. Women are emotional. They're in touch with their feelings, y'all. So, when they break a relationship, normally it's because they feel like they're not happy. They feel like they're not moving forward. And I'm just telling you the mindset of what a lot of these women tell me, counseling sessions. They feel like, oh, I'm bored. He's not a go-getter. I'm a go-getter. But they use that as an excuse to break the relationship. That is not the way of the Most High Israel. And that's the problem with a lot of our women of today. They break the relationship based on the way they feel and what have you. Marriages is not about feeling. You got to put that to the side. You were married for one purpose, and that was to be a helpmate to your spouse. All right, go ahead, bro.
And just just what just to build on what Brother Daniel was saying. Where's that? So I'm guessing this is sister for sister rightly dividing. As you also see, right? 85% of the divorces are filed by women. That's a fact, right? So it's not the men. They're not leaving, right? It's not a situation. You see how there's the mind frame of these 2 sisters. Salaki, before I thought it was the both of them in the green. The other one in the green, she has a that's an intelligent sister, right? She would, but the other 2, this one right here with a cleavage out, and the other one that was dressed like a harlot. Their mind frames are what, as we see, at least 70-something% of our community think, because they're all like that, right? And then they want to think. Men are not going to commit to, brothers don't want to marry used goods. That's just what it is. I hate to say it like that, but that's just what it is. Brothers not trying to go to work every day, right? I bust their ass, for this damn white man and come home to some damn harlot. Brothers ain't trying to do that. They don't want no, hey, today, right? I was on the way up to the Chick-fil-A, right? And and I'm in my truck and I'm passing, and I'm cutting through this like a situation, and this sister, right, just out of the blue, she just looks at me while I'm driving, and it looks at me with the most disgusted look ever. And for some reason, I don't know why she was giving me an attitude. Just out of the blue. That stuff should not happen, right? Every time I see one of my sisters on the road, on the street, or wherever it may be, it should be a pleasure, right? I should see a smile or just a regular looking face. Right? I shouldn't be frowned upon, a professional looking brother doing, doing his best for his people, right? That's right there's wickedness. Like for what? What is the situation like that? And we see for the community, right? Just like this lesson is titled Me, Me, and Me. What is she thinking about, right? She's thinking about what she's going to do, what I want to do, right? You know what I'm saying? She, this is right here in the green and the other damn harlot, right? They're thinking about themselves. They don't want to put, right? They don't want to put their, if you have a man that, now listen what the guy just said, right? He, in the beginning, right? The heathen woman, right? She said straight up, you got a man that's going to marry you, take care of you forever, provide, take you on trips, this, that, and the third, right? That sounds like a win to me, right? That sounds like a win to me, right? Brother's able to constantly take you on trips, constantly doggone take care of you, right? Right. Okay, Con, right? The only reason I thought, right, constantly take care of you, right? And then what did they decide to do? For some reason, right? They go directly to the negative, right? You know why they went directly to the negative? Do you know why? It's because the scriptures tell women to be virgins before you get married. You have to be a virgin. You don't have sex until you are married. This is why those two sisters, those two damn harlots, that's what they feel like that, because that's harlot thinking. That's trauma. Trauma for disobeying what the Most High have said. So now you have glossed over what that man has totally said about he's going to take care of you and this, that, and the third, to the immediate negative point, saying, what if he leaves me? What if this? What if that? There's no what if this and what if that. When the woman, when he asked her, how many times have you broken up? Oh, I do to break it up. Okay, so you're the one causing it on yourself. You see what I'm saying? Because it comes time for a woman to submit. These sisters, you know how they're doing it, right? They'll have sex with these dudes, don't submit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't want to do what the brothers say. You know, I'm not pressing, you know, I'm not putting trust, right? I'm not putting trust in their, you know what I'm saying, in their drive to, in their drive to be whatever they need to be in the future, right? Whatever their dream may be, right? Because they're supposed to be a helpmeet like Eve was to Adam, right? They don't believe that. They want to do their own thing. I don't understand, where did the disconnect happen when we took y'all from slavery, from getting your back speed in, right, to now look where we're at.
So this brother is not a female. He says, I'm not a sister. Wow.
I see a lot of
thought this dude was a sister, because the verbiage and everything.
I was about to say the same thing.
Damn.
Piece of whoredom. I always see that term referring to women. I know biblically it's a man referring to women. Well, brother, listen, right? Matter of fact,
let me put me on mute for this one. I'm gonna have to laugh.
Yeah, because you know, look, brother, you know, we've been talking nicely, right, for years on end, and what has this done? It's gotten nothing but worse and worse and worse, right? Whenever I see this type of verbiage, right, I feel that, you know, are you raised by a single mother, brher? Well, did you come up in a single mother home?
Yeah.
Let me know, right? Because if you can't see a problem with the situation, what it is, then you know, I apologize, brother. That's just not on me. You're gonna have to pray. You really gonna have to pray. You're gonna have to rightly divide the word of truth for yourself. All right. So if you want to come on a little later, you know what I'm saying, you know, come on backstage. I'm gonna go ahead and send you a link, brother. You got scriptures to combat any of the things that we're saying. You know, I'll more than happy to bring you on. Right.
And we've never never ever said anything that was not the truth related to women. And we get on not only the women, the men, but what we're doing is, you know, we like to show you the whole big picture and show you what's going on, because a lot of our people don't see it. They don't see it. They always see one-sided. All right. You got to look at the big picture. Now, we've done plenty of lessons on, you know, from the 50s all the way up to this present time, and how this stuff really got started. You really got to go back and just do your research and see how this stuff got happened. To make a long story short, you know, our women were weaponized, have been weaponized, and nobody can debunk that. All right. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we have to deal with that.
Hey, you can do me a favor. Can you pull up your Bible real quick? Go to Ecclesiasticus 26:22, and then I wanted to play the rest of that little clip.
All right.
Sirach. Give me Sirach.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a little this right here. is
doing this. I'm even plugged in, so
con, right now. Con, right now, I'm gonna tell you something, right, Israel. Me, right? And that's all we've heard so far from our sisters these days, right? You can see how they do in the movie theater. That they don't care about the image of their kings, right? They don't care about that. They don't care about the Israel. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about the image of the Israelite man amongst these heathen because they're selfish as hell. They want to be the woman king, right? They want to be the Black Panther. They want to be the man's position in the eyes of the heathen, right? So, right, this scripture, it says, verse 22, a harlot, right, shall be accounted as spittle. Now, I want y'all to think about this. It says a harlot shall be accounted as spittle. That's these women that are sleeping around. That are not virgins before they get married. These are women that have
ones who like to give up their cookies for free for nothing.
Right? These are harlots, and they shall be accounted as spittle. You know why? Look at it. Look at the community. 73% single mothers, they unwed. Spittle. Out of all the nation, out of all the earth, the Israelite woman is the lowest on desirability. Spittle. The Most High don't play when he says this stuff. But a married woman is a tower against death to her man. Even in the community, right? Even in our community, when you see even the wicked of amongst our people, when they're married, they know that they're that sister, let's say, for example, Beyonce or any of these other women that get married, right? Hey, the sisters, they always looking up to these women. They always looking up to these stars or whatever they want to call them, or, you know what I'm saying, because these women are married, right? Oh, that woman has it, you know, so forth and so on, right? But they'll sing songs, make up lies, and tell you to be single, right? Because that right there, right, is the aim of the heathen. Is they want you to be single. They want you to be at odds with your rightful mate on the earth, right? That doesn't make sense, does it, Israel? Let's think about it. The Most High say a harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand the verbiage here, Israel. What the Most High is saying when you read this, it's like that nothing. When you say spittle, when you spit on the ground, that's like nothing. You don't even think about that kind of stuff. That ought to tell our sisters something. Ought to tell a brother something like, man, a harlot. And see, like virginity is so scarce amongst, and we're talking about within the United States, all right? We know that it's different in other countries, but it used to be the other way around. You know, go back to like around the 50s and even in the 60s, even you know, growing up in the 70s. You know, any girl or any woman would not even have sex, you know, prior to marriage, because virginity, you know, being a virgin meant that you knew your worth, and that was like a woman in her virginity, that was the most valuable thing, you know. But now it's the other way around. It's like virginity is looked upon as a sin. It's looked upon as a curse, and then you're rewarded. A lot of women are rewarded by the high body count. The higher the body count, the more valuable the woman becomes. It's backwards.
I don't know. Nobody take the high body count woman serious. Maybe they just might want to sleep with her, but that's the only value that they have.
That's the way the world looks at it, though. It's like it's crazy, y'all. The way that, you know, that stuff.
I got a scripture right here. It says a wicked woman, right? Verse 23, right? It says a wicked woman. Now, brothers, I want y'all to pay attention to this, right? Because this happened to that dude, Will Smith, right? A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, right? But a righteous woman is given to him that fears Yahweh, right? A wicked woman, right? Now, a man that fears Yahweh will be like Abraham, and the Most High gave him Sarah, right? A wicked woman is given to as a portion to a wicked man, and we know that Will Smith, he's not a righteous brother. He can't lead his family. He let his you know, they got all kind of homosexual material, homosexual activities over there, right? All kind of wickedness going on. The daughter dressing like a man, the son dressing like a daughter. I mean, there's all kinds of wickedness going on over there, right? That's on him. And what's happening to him? The Most High has rewarded that brother with a wicked woman. So that's why it's important, right? It's important, brothers, for you to choose wisely, right? If you just start shut down and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Sure, right? These women are slow nowadays. They giving up for free, right? But that don't mean you have to take it, even though hard as it might be, right? that just, you know, when you see free cookies on the table, not to go ahead and take one, right, brothers? You got to practice some discipline, right? Because you know that at the end that these women have been with so many other men that it's going to be about me in the end, right? They're going to take you for a good ride, right? They're going to take you around the corner, up the street, right? Down to the store and back. They might take you to dinner, right? But at the end of the day, right, they're going to get theirs, because the Bible and the way that the Most High has set things up is for a reason, right? You know why you're not supposed to be sleeping with a lot of people, right? Because you have a drug. It's called I'm gonna say serotonin. No. I'm gonna say serotonin, but I think it might be something else. That you have, right? It's a pair bonding drug, right? That, you know, it's like when you have sex with a person, you get a certain euphoria, right? Now, and also a certain connection to that person. Like the brother said, even though this is not biblical, but sort of like soul tie, sort of like, right? You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, when and also you also pass DNA on to that woman, right? These are facts, right? So when you have a woman that's, you know, I know every brother, you know, if you know, because we're not all perfect, right? You know, I'm not perfect. You know, Brother Dane's not perfect, you know, things of that nature. So when you have a woman that's when she's been a virgin or whatever, right, and a situation has happened and you've laid with her, that woman is stuck on you, right, for a while until a situation happens. Now, when that breaks off and she goes to the next man, what do you think that's going to happen behind that? That right there is an automatic trauma, because it didn't work out. She gave that up after 18, 19, 20 years of being a virgin, you know what I'm saying, or like holding out. She gave it up right before marriage or whatnot. Now, but it didn't work out. Right now that particular ability to pair bond, right, has been damaged, because you're like, well, you know, I didn't stay with the first man that I did. Maybe this is how it is, right? Maybe this is how it is. But see, it's not supposed to be like that. The Most High has made, you know, we have all these Israelite men. The Most High has made us to get married. That's just what it is, right? He's made the men and the women to do what? To multiply. That's what this, you know, say that's what the scriptures say, right? You know, now you can do good if you don't marry, right? But that doesn't. But if you don't marry, guess what? You can't have sex. Period. Right? Because you're not going to be a fornicator.
That's right. Hey, rightly divided. Here's the thing with this. Now, you mentioned this right here. You know, are you aware that statistics show that men are more likely to have sex with someone they just met than a woman? Statistics shows that majority of women will not have sex with someone they just met. All right. Well,
that just sounds stupid. I'm sorry. Hey, hold on
for a minute. Now let me show you something. Now you're gonna have to explain to me, why is it 73% or more babies that are born to unwed mothers?
Wait. I just want to say something. That whole statement is dumb. Right? Are you aware that the statistics show that men are more likely to have sex with someone? Who's someone? It's women. So it's just as equal. Moron. I'm sorry. You're not a moron. Like, come on, Hawk. You know what I'm saying? Are you serious right now with these? You gotta read what you're saying. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff that you listen to some soy boy doctrine that's teaching this foolishness, that you can't even discern what the hell you're saying.
I think this is.
Are you aware that the statistics show that men are more likely to have sex with someone they just met than a woman is? Who are they? The person they just met has got to be a woman. What are you talking about? It's the same thing.
Oh man!
Please, brother. Next time, think before you speak. I'm not putting no more stuff like that on the screen.
That's not a woman, man. Just saying that he's, you know, he's not a woman. I don't know, man. There's just too many red flags with this person. All right.
Let me go back to the video. Absolutely. All right, here we go.
I mean, just because you fear it doesn't mean it's real.
That's true.
People believe in ghosts or monsters or the boogeyman, but it's not real, right? Ooh. Fear is like a concept.
Yeah, that's the other harlot right here. Look how she's dressed, right? Look how she's dressed. That's the me stuff, right? You think that any sister, imagine if your daughter happened to flip on the channel of YouTube or something and see something like this and be like, you know what? Why? Oh, she's dressing like that. Let me try it. Oh, you best believe it. Now my daughter's getting a spanking. I'm not playing no games, right? I will never, ever tolerate some stuff like this. Are you kidding me right now? That's just got the heathen hair on and just barely got nothing on at all. Man, that's evil as hell.
It's like a concept in your head.
It's a false
sense of reality. So
what's a false sense of fear for something that doesn't exist? So would you really give it up then? I mean, so I'm just asking you. So you would not give it up, even though realistically the guy probably won't leave you. Because you're saying if I give it up, he can still leave me.
I probably wouldn't give it up.
Damn.
I like to be independent.
So
just in case.
All
I
right,
just
now
like
with
to
that,
have that just
so
in
let
case.
me do the math here real quick.
And with that, good night, y'all. We're closing down the stream. I'll talk to y'all next Shabbat. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but that's a wrap though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing no more of that though.
Yeah.
As you see, you know what I'm saying? He even reiterated the fact, right? He went back over it and reiterated it to a situation that it was definitely clear to her. Hey, the man is not going to leave you. She said, I want to be an independent woman. The heathen ain't killing us, man. We killing our own self.
That's it. That's it. We're our worst own enemies. I want to bring up another. Let me bring up this right
Should
quick.
be on the small.
All right. So again, she's talking about the percentage of harlots and versus the men that are going out. All right. So check this out.
Agree that there's 80% of women that are out
Shout out
here
to Maggie,
running
the
the
substitute
street,
teacher.
and then there's a 5 to 10% of men that are taking advantage of that. I reject the idea that the focus should be on the small percentage of men that are running the streets when we have an overabundance of women that are not acting accordingly. I would say let's at least get that down to 5 to 10% of women are running the streets, 5 to 10% of men are running the streets, and then look at them equally. But as long as we have the scale so tipped that women are allowing this, I say let's clean our own house first before we
Facts.
point the finger. We might.
Shout out to Maggie, the substitute.
And and some people may disagree, but when she says that the small percentage, like, okay, for example, your poopies and your ray-rays, they're the ones that's having the majority. They're the ones that's sleeping with the majority of these women, but it's the same dude pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. I got a scripture, all right? See if I can pull this on the board real quick.
That's right, Peter Piper. New moon tonight. New moon.
That's right. Let me see. Share screen. All right, bum. All right.
But yeah, Israel, it's like we don't even. It's like the heathen don't even have to put they don't even have to do anything. All they can do is just sit back and watch us self-destruct.
Come on. That's right, brother Piper. That's right, brother. A double dose of holiness tonight. That's what we going down. We got a new moon and a holy Shabbat. Right? It says, for where envying and strife is, right? Where's the envying is that what? The women want to be like the men, so they envy. And strife, and what's happening? We're having strife between the man and the woman because the woman is about me, instead of he, right? There is confusion in every evil work. The Most High doesn't lie. These scriptures are on point. We have nothing but confusion in the community and every evil work. This is the book of James, chapter 3, verse 16. The book of James, chapter 3, verse 16. All right. But wisdom, hold on. I like that. I want these two scriptures too. Slock it. Let me highlight these. Give me a nice little blue. All right. It says, but the wisdom that is from above, right, which means the Most High, when he tells you behind, hey, don't have sex before marriage, right? Don't be harlots and hoes, right? Don't be noodle back brothers. Keep the commandments, right? Be the head of the family. Do what you're supposed to be doing, right? Then peaceable. We don't have that in our community. We got war right now. Gentle. The sisters want to be manly and masculine. They're not gentle. And easy to be entreated. They're not easy to talk to. Just like I said, I was just driving around in the truck and I got a sister mean mugging me down below. You're not easy being treated. Full of mercy and good fruits. Full of mercy and good fruits. Where's the mercy? Where's the good fruits at? Right? You think a child from a fornicating relationship is a good fruit? Of course they're gonna be nigglets running around shooting each other, doing stupid stuff. That's rotten fruit. Right? Without partiality, without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Our community is not trying to make peace with no one. We like war. That's what we like to do. We like to fight amongst each other, even though we don't got a damn thing. We don't got nothing. We have nothing. We don't have a land. We don't have our own land. We don't have a military. We don't have a voice in the in the highest levels of government, right? We're non-existent. We depend on the white man for everything. Every damn thing, right? Instead of realizing the situation that we're in, that we need to stick together, you damn sisters are out there talking about me, me, me. I want this. I want that. It's not that time for you yet. You can't have nothing if we don't got nothing. Y'all not stronger than us. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's not going down, right? The thing about it, Israel, is that the Most High, he is very clear. We got envying and strife. There is confusion in every evil work. The Most High does not. He tells you exactly like it is. And I don't understand why people can't get it. That scripture right there just sums up our community. Hey, if you are in a relationship with a if y'all got married, right? If you are married to a brother, right? Well, and you're not financially stable to that point where you are where your wife doesn't have to work, or this, that, and the 38, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this, that, and the third, right? Hey man, you got to help out around the house. She can't do it all. If she got to work too, you got to help out. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is, right? Once you are doing your part to the point where she can just not work at all, she can stay home and take care of everything and do all of that, then that's that. But as long as she has to help out too, which is nothing wrong with that, right? Because as we read a Proverbs 31 woman, what she do? She works. That's just what it is, right? She sews and she does all kinds of stuff, right? But I'm saying that for the brothers of nowadays, right? Which sisters, you shouldn't have a problem with that, nor should you require a brother to try to fund your life, right? Fund your life. Like a lot of this stuff too that I saw like Brother Daniel first started out the video, right? Got these older women, like a lot of older women, they're unmarried, right? And they out there, they see themselves as these younger women as well, right? And see, I forgot where I was going with that. But I was having a good. Hey, Brother Dave, go ahead, take over for a second while I get my train of thought back. Right?
Yeah. And that's the crazy part right there. And just getting back to what you were saying. What you were saying. Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, con. All right. So, going back to the point that I was making, right? We have the older women, right? They're not really teaching the younger women what is going on, is because they're out there fighting amongst themselves, right? When you're
that too. Yep.
Con, right? They're fighting amongst themselves, and they're envying and they have strife, right? And my brain does not remember what I was going to say all the way. Slacky Israel. This might be old age getting to me. Go ahead, brother. Take it off for a second, man.
I want to add to that. And see, and the competition is fierce, and that's why like a lot of, especially women, and when I say women in general, I'm talking about older women as well as middle-aged women. They always see themselves as younger, subconsciously. Now, I don't come out and just say that, of course, but subconsciously you see that a lot too, you know, just through their mannerisms and everything. And then somebody made a comment earlier saying that, you know, old women, they're afraid to get older, you know. That's one thing that scares them. So they don't want to, it's like they're ashamed. It's like they shun wisdom. They want to stay a fool for the rest of their lives. You know, the Bible speaks about an old fool, you know, and you know, an old fool is that you cannot teach them anything, that they pride. But bottom line is, bro, the pride collectively was killing our women. And don't get me wrong, you know, the brothers, that we have our pride too. But at the same time, you know, we're the ones that's really catching it, because the real is the brothers.
God.
Yeah. So okay. So
sorry about that, bro.
Yeah, we can deal with our pride and everything, you know. But one thing I've seen collectively is that women, when it comes to correction, oh my goodness, women hate correction. I don't know what it is. Something about correction. Women, that's like water and oil. They do not go hand in hand. I remember when Shazraz Ali, the lady, the Islamic lady, when she was getting on the women, you know how many hate comments she was getting? She was getting so much hate. She was getting so much hate because, you know, what she was doing. She was just telling the truth. Hey, you know, this is what it is. This is why these brothers would not get with you women, because of such and such and such. You know, they just throwing all kinds of hate at it. It's that pride, because they don't want to admit it. So it's just something about correction, what they just don't like. All right.
All right.
Go ahead, brother, and I'm gonna share the scripture right quick.
All right, Con. Okay, sorry about that, Israel. Sometimes my brain be slow at times. All right, but now I remember what I was having to say when I was going off on that tangent. We got sisters, right? We got the younger sisters, right? That you know, if they marry brothers or whatever, they'll build with them or whatnot, right? But then we got these sisters that are older now, they're single, they don't have a man, right? They don't have a husband, and so they're competing with the younger sisters. But the problem is that they have already lived too much of their life single and not paired with a man, and then they want to come with trauma, right? Stories, baggage, a lot of dinglings, this, that, and the 30s, 40s, and they want a man to retire them, right? They want a man to retire them because they don't have their $2.4 million, right? That's going to, you know, that they need by the age of retirement to live a middle-style life, you know what I'm saying? To live a middle-style life, right? A middle-class life until you are 85, until you're dead, right? That's the thing about it. You're not going to find that. You're not going to find some brother, right? That's going to, you know what I'm saying? That's going to want to retire an old-time harlot off his hard work. What sense does that make? You see what I'm saying? So this is why it's best, right, for you now just to forget about what y'all see on TV, right? About all these so-called brothers doing this, doing that, and you want this type of dude, you want that type of dude. Hey, get you a brother that'll keep the commandments, right? That'll treat you with dignity and respect, right? And stay away from them damn Pookies and Ray Rays, right? Because see, the Most High, he's gonna put the Pookies and Ray Rays out there, right? Because not everybody's going to the kingdom. We got a trap for everybody. It's for the men and the women. Everybody has to be tested. Everybody has to go through the fire so you can get purified like that gold, right? Everybody. So for the women, you got the test. You know what the test is for you women? It's a real easy one. Keep your damn legs closed when Satan comes up and asks you to open them. It's simple. Because that's all it is. Any nigga that you done open your legs to, right? Before you have gotten married, like the Holy Scriptures demand, that's the Satan. You don't let him get in. You don't let him get in and take you. Right? I mean, if this was the old days, you'd be stoned to death. Will you really? I mean, like this is a matter of life and death. Are you really trying to put this on the line like that? You know what I mean? Just think about that. Every time you decide to open up your legs and you're not married, man, that's a life sentence. That's a death sentence right there. And you don't even realize it.
All right, check out Proverbs 8:13.
Bring it out.
I'm reading this from the Blue Letter Bible. It says, "The fear of the Lord is to hate evil."
No, love to do evil.
The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Pride. Let's just, you know what? Let me just to give it so that we have transparency. Let's just hit up let's just see this definition of pride, you know. All right. Feminine from H1 342, arrogance. Pride. That just you can't when somebody's in their prideful, if they're very arrogant, you can't tell them anything. You can't tell them anything. And when you have sometimes brothers they just give up trying to talk to sisters, you know, trying to argue with them because it's like they can't win, because no matter what they say, no matter what they try to get them to see, like they don't see it because of that pride, that arrogance. All right, it says the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogance, and the evil way, and the what? Forward mouth. What is that? What does forward mouth mean? All right. Perversity, perverse things. Perversity or fraud. Reverse. So what is like? It's like I hear it all the time. You know, with brothers dealing with some of these sisters. You know, it's always trying to be manipulative. You know, look with Eve. Look how manipulative she was towards her man Adam, knowing good and well what she did was this total abomination against the Most High. She totally went against the Most High's word, His commandment. It was simple. What was the commandment? You could eat of every tree of the garden, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you cannot touch. She went and got persuaded. And then next thing you know, she come back to her husband. No, she did. Eyes in the open. Says, here, baby. Look, you know, I know what the Most High said, and you know, I get that. But look, He showed me something. He showed me something in the garden, and He told me that we wouldn't die. And look, I ate the fruit, and I'm not dead. He just deceptive, you know. She believed it enough to where she just, and I don't know, and I get mad sometimes, you know, even just talking about this thing, you know. And it's like Adam, you know, he had to submit. He had to submit and bow down. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if Adam would be like, "Get thee away from me! Get away from me!"
Yeah.
No, you sin against our Creator. Get away! Depart from me, woman. You know, sometimes I wonder what would have happened. You know, maybe that was a test for Adam at the time. I mean,
I don't know. Let me see something. Let me see.
It's crazy what we got to deal with on a regular basis, and we fight in this battle, you know. And it's funny, you know. The heathens have done a bang-up job of turning our sisters against our brothers, and vice versa. I mean, it's just, you look at every nation of women, you see them out there fighting against their men, like the Israelite woman is doing in America. I would say the American Israelite woman. You see Chinese women fighting against their men, being weaponized against their men. Do you see Korean women being weaponized against their men? No, not even Mexican men. You know, not even Mexican women are at war with their men. That's damn crazy.
The scriptures say, Proverbs chapter 18, chapter 3, it says, when the wicked cometh, right? When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, with ignominy, reproach. You know what that means, right? Israel, that means public shame or like disgrace, right? Public shame or like disgrace. When you're just like, you know, looked down upon, right? You're thinking all this kind of stuff. Hey, but guess what? When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy, reproach. That right there is crazy. What's going on right here, right? What's the who's the wicked, right? Now we got men and women that are wicked, but right now the women are outdoing us. The women are outdoing us in wickedness, right? The men are contributing, but the problem why I say the women are outdoing the men is that when you really break it down, you have a small percentage of men that's committing wickedness with the large majority of the women. See, that's the problem, right? You got 2 or 3, 4 or 5 women with the same baby daddy, right? You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? You know he didn't take care of the first one, and so you think he gonna take care of you? You know he didn't marry that first woman, so you think he gonna marry you, right? When the wicked cometh, then cometh contempt. Everybody has contempt for our nation, right? Everybody has contempt for our nation, right? Everybody public shame, right? Public shame or disgrace. Sisters, we already know what time it is. Y'all know that y'all are looked down upon in the earth by these damn heathen. All you got to do is just change your image a little bit, right? Stop twerking, right? Let's be let's cover up, right?
You know what's funny when you say cover up? About a year ago, was it when the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan? You had a group of women. Now it's funny because as long as American was over there, I remember we over there at one point, and you had a group of liberal women, Westernized, I would say the influence of the West. And while American forces was over there, they were showing out. Okay, they were trying to take off their coverings and everything. They wanted to start doing the stuff that the men were doing, and that's why that's why Afghanistan had issues with us being over there in the first place. Now, when we pulled out of there about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, things changed drastically. Them Afghans, they were like, y'all going back to the ways that it was supposed to be. They made the women cover up. The first thing they did, they made the women cover up. They said that you're going to get an education if we allow you to get an education. You'll work if we allow you to work. And you'll have a business only if we allow you to have a business. All right. I had to applaud Afghanistan for that because that's the way it should be. Them men took control. Them men are in control over there. All right. And the women are in subjection. Now, that doesn't mean that the women are miserable. I guarantee you a large amount of those Afghanistan women, they'll tell you they love it. They like that order. All right. It's always a small group of people that are trying to, be wicked, that are trying to westernize other countries. You look at Uganda, same thing with them. They're not playing that. They're trying to push this transgenderism and this homosexuality stuff over there. They're not having that stuff. And it's crazy. It's only in America, only our people that are just so bugged out over that mess. And our women, because our women. It's like because the Most High, it's because you have not received any punishment. I'm talking about like real punishment from the Most High. It's because you're free to go around and do what you want to do. You feel like you're the boss chick or whatever you want to call yourself and everything. You feel like because you arrived, whatever, you got like 1 million subscribers and everything, and nobody can tell you nothing don't mean nothing. Wickedness is wickedness, and the Most High in general hates wickedness. All right. And so I'm telling you, it's coming to a time, a crisis is coming, Israel, when Isaiah 4:1 is going to come into play, and it's going to be devastating. And I pray that many of our sisters will wake up and really humble themselves, because I don't want to see, I don't want to see our brothers either. I don't want to see our people destroyed like that. But the way things are going, they're walking down that broad road. Nobody wants to walk the narrow and straight path.
That's right. Like we don't have like you got brothers taking off and going other places to find sisters, right? But you don't got nobody taking off other places to find sisters.
No, that's not.
I mean, like you don't got no brothers coming over here to find sisters. You see what I'm saying? That should say something, right? That should mean something. You should be like, oh dang, no race is dealing with y'all. None. Period. That'll last on the totem pole. I still love y'all, of course. I'm always, what choice I got, but still, we got to get it together, Israel. Here we go. This right here is just going to deal with a a little brother that was shot, 12-year-old kid, right? He got shot and killed, right? And right, let's go see what's the underlining issue here. Let's play it.
And Mayor Brandon Scott delivers his State of the City address tonight after a violent few days in Baltimore.
That's right. In just the past 24 hours, 6 people were shot in 3 different shootings. One of the victims died. 4 of those people were hurt in a single shooting along North Charles Street in North Baltimore today. Over the weekend, 4 young people ages 12 to 18 were shot. The 12-year-old victim, identified as Jalen Richards, died.
All right, before I go on, I want y'all to understand, right? Who's covering these stories? These damn heathen. These heathen constantly are covering us, right? They done incentivize you women to break the relationships, but they're the ones that are always, they incentivize you to do this stuff, but they're gonna be always the one to put y'all on Front Street where it don't go right. It's like y'all don't, it's like y'all don't get it.
And now we're hearing from one mother who says she pulled her son, who knew Jalen, out of the city to try to save his life.
People are lying to themselves, and it's very possible. I just told you my son had an Uzi. I'm not going to lie to the public. This is a crisis right now.
Mackenzie Frost spoke with that mother. We'll have her story coming up in a few minutes.
Jeff.
Hey, just real quick, Israel. I want y'all to put down in the comment section, right? What do we see so far? Right? What do we see so far about, what's going on? Right, all of a sudden, what popped on the screen? Was the child's father on the screen, or is this child raised up by a single mother? And she don't seem feminine at all, not one damn bit. She even sound like a damn man almost.
Abel has what the mayor said during his State of the City address tonight.
Our team coverage begins with Keith Daniels. Keith joins us live with more in regards to what we know about Jalen Richards and how the community is coming together. Keith?
Well, Kai, school officials say Jalen Richards was in the 6th grade. He was a student at Westport Academy Elementary Middle School, and tonight he's one of the city's youngest homicide victims. At Westport Homes in South Baltimore, recovering from the unthinkable. 12-year-old Jalen Richards, seen here in this photo from Murder, Inc. Baltimore, shot and killed. Longtime neighbor, known as Miss Cookie, in disbelief, saddened for the boy's family.
The mother's heart is aching. I don't even know if she have other children, and I don't know that. But I know she got to be hurting because I'm a mother. She's hurt.
Someone gunned.
What does that mean? That it ain't no father in the home. There's no father. You see what I'm saying? Pay attention, y'all. There is no father.
Down Jalen at about 9 o'clock Saturday night. It happened on Mizell Court in the apartment complex. Police Commissioner Michael Harrison says they recovered what appears to be assault rifle casings on the ground after the shooting. Investigators are releasing few details about exactly what happened, but the commissioner did say this. Few details about exactly what happened, practice. But the commissioner did say this at the scene.
A shooter produced a firearm, an assault rifle type firearm, and began firing. Struck this young victim as the victim was running away. At some point, the victim collapsed about a block behind where we are.
At Westport today, the group We, Our, Us, a unity engagement men's movement, steps through the neighborhood as they do across the city on most Mondays. On this night, they're in Jalen's community.
Number one, we're bringing them presence of black men. Secondly, we're bringing them unity.
Okay, you see that right there? The presence of brothers, which means that what? A presence of brothers is not there because you got a hood of wicked ass harlots that don't know how to submit to a man and want to do their own damn thing and think they know what's good for our community. Instead, they just killing us.
in love, but also we're bringing resources. There may be other individuals in this community that need employment, that need treatment.
Jalen's deadly shooting happened in BPD's Southern Police District, where police say 46 homicides and 67 non-fatal shootings happened last year. So far this year, 10 homicides and 16 shootings.
Killing, senseless killing. You just don't know why.
No, yeah. We know why. It's because your wicked ass didn't want to submit to a man and get married before you had sex. That's exactly why.
I don't need no man.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why my son's dead. Oh, man, shut your wicked ass.
I can do without a man. I can do bad by all myself. That's the thing they like to say.
Don't even see it. Don't even see it right in their face. It is literally right in their face, and they can't tell. Look at the sister right here, Sister Lariah. Why was he out that late at only 12 years old? His mother had no control at that age. That is absolutely right, sister.
Yep.
Absolutely right.
And it's so many millions of them in the same situation. I was just out. You remember that team takeover, right? That team takeover that had the majority of the people that were out there were our people. Happened in Chicago and everything. Mothers had no idea what's going on. No control of their kids.
They're going to keep on. The heathen's going to keep on. And anything that the heathen do for you, you got to realize it's got to have a tinge of wickedness to it. It may sound good on the outside, but it's a tinge of wickedness. Yes, let's kick the father out of the house, and we will give you a Section 8 home and some money on the side and some welfare checks. What is that? That's wickedness. The Most High tell you to what? To be a help me. That's what the scriptures say. To be a pillar of rest. That's what the Bible says. The Bible doesn't say go out here and stay in these old rundown homes out here because you can't afford nothing good because your ass refuse to partner up and to be a wife to the man that you laid down with and had a child. This is ridiculous.
Neighbors like Miss Cookie looking for accountability.
I want to see everybody step up and do something.
Miss Cookie. Hey, yeah. You know what that means, right? That means that she's an old-time harlot.
You know what? I had to realize, like, her name can't be Mrs. Cookie for real. I mean, that must be a nickname.
I'm most doubt. You know, I said most definitely. That's an old-time harlot name, Miss Cookie. She was giving out them cookies for free.
Something about it.
Look at this.
Not just the mayor and the whatever. Everybody come together.
Well, the suspect in this shooting is still on the loose. If you have any information about this case, you can remain anonymous by calling Metro Crime Stoppers, that number on the screen. And remember, you could also be eligible for a reward. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Keith, thank you. The murder of Jalen Richards is creating shockwaves in Washington as well. Fox 45 News spoke with members of Maryland's congressional delegation today who tell us they are outraged by the city's youth crime crisis.
It's a damn shame that this continues to take place. It's a damn shame that it's out of control. And it's a damn shame that most of us don't have answers to it.
Oh, it's a damn shame that your wicked ass niggas are like this instead of calling out the situation at hand. The situation at hand is that we got these killings because these women are having sex outside of marriage and having these damn babies. And if it was up to me, I'll lock your ass up. Man, you have a doggone child out of wedlock. Let me fight, man. You going to jail. Man, yo, this stuff is out here. This is out. And then these niggas, you know what I'm saying? These bald-faced coons like this are out here talking about they don't know what's going on with the community and they don't know why it's like that. Hey, man, these are noodle-back niggas that are not keeping the commandments, are not standing up for the community and telling them what it is. Hey, y'all got to be like, hey, man, it's these wicked-ass women. They're not submitting. They're out there just busting it open for every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now it's not a strange thing to talk to a woman and she got a baby by two different dudes. That's wicked.
And that's the norm now. That is a norm.
That's the norm.
Complex.
In terms of law enforcement, Senator Cardin and I have been working with the Justice Department to get more U.S. attorneys to Baltimore.
To lock more niggas up. You see what I'm saying? You see how they treat you? Yes. Let's go ahead and make let's go ahead and take the man out the home, right? Because the man is where the discipline comes. Because the scriptures point out for the man to not spare the rod to his child. So that's what you know the disciplinary comes from, is the man. And so they break up the family, having these women think they can do whatever the hell they want, do all this, do all that. And now, guess what? You got a bunch of wicked ass nigglets running up in the hood, shooting up everybody, shooting each other up. And now these heathen, you playing right into the heathens game. Now, you know what they're going to do? They're going to bring in more police. So they continue to lock your dumb ass up, have you in prison, right? And then working for the white man right back in slavery. The best slaves money didn't have to buy.
They building private prisons left and right. Y'all know private prisons are an invention of the heathens, you know, to keep us in there so that they can produce us, get free labor.
Why? Because these women are all about me.
Guess what? And guess what?
Me.
And guess who's breeding? Guess who's breeding and supporting these prisons? It's collectively these 73% of mothers that are having these babies by different dudes. All they're doing is breeding. They're just making a breeding field for prisons, for prisoners, for slavery. Modern day slavery.
You're right. They are factories. They are baby making factories for the prison system.
It's like these sisters. It's like they don't even think, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a baby, I'm gonna get more welfare, and then later on, you know, they're gonna just join the gang and then get in trouble and everything, and then go to jail.
Look at that dude. Just look at it right now. That's evil. He just come on, man. You know what I'm saying? These are the folks that are after us, right?
And they thrive on that stuff, y'all. Y'all have no idea. Y'all know how much money they make off of these 73% of women that want to just have these unwed these babies born to unwed mothers. Y'all know how much money they're making off this stuff. Prisons, I'm telling you, the private prisons is a multi-trillion-dollar industry.
You are a literal slave when you become a prisoner. That's a wrap.
Yeah.
Right? And they trick in the sisters to breed slaves.
So
y'all can't get it. I mean, damn.
You know,
wake up.
You may have one or two that'll make it out, you know, become a famous basketball player or something like that, you know, go to college, something like that. But collectively, for the majority of them, no, they just breeding them for slavery, breeding them for the prison system.
Here we go, Israel. Let's finish up.
And get more ATF officers to Baltimore to address the issue of so many guns on the streets.
In other words, get more policemen. They get a whole squad of more heathen to lock your black behind up. That's what they're doing. Right. And then you listen to the sisters out there. Well, we raising the community. We're the ones that doing this and doing that and do it. Y'all killing us, man. If I can find it, man, there was a doggone podcast we had none but white folks on there, and doggone all these white folks, they were talking about criminals, and it was a bunch of white girls too, and they were talking about criminals, and they're saying that black women were the ones that were killing children at a insurmountable rate.
Abortion, in New York. Yes, the most dangerous place for black babies in black mother's womb.
God, that's what these heathen are saying about us. Yeah. I mean, like, not a speck of dirt, not one Israelite in sight on this podcast. It was none of these damn heathen. And this is what these heathen think about us. I mean, y'all have already aborted 20 million of us. Come on, sister. I mean, like, how many times you gonna let the doggone serpent trick you into doing something stupid? Eve, we need you to wake up.
Well, lawmakers aren't the only ones outraged. Parents are too. Patty Hawkins says her son knew Jalen Richards, the 12-year-old gunned down Saturday night. Patty told us she tried to reach out to his mom to tell her what was going on with her son. Hawkins spoke with Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost in Hagerstown after she moved her son out of Baltimore City.
Look at why this is happening.
Sitting in a park some 70 miles outside of Baltimore City, Patty Hawkins talks about fights her son Khalil was getting into while going to and from school in Baltimore.
These kids are beefing over the game, and then you have other adults intervening in the situation, and they're instigating it.
She says Khalil was jumped and robbed. And that's when she first learned about Jalen Richards, the 12-year-old who was gunned down Saturday night in South Baltimore.
I went to Jalen's mom.
Uh-oh. What happened?
And I said,
oh, wait. Hold on. Let's go back, because this is another single mother. She didn't go to the father, right? These are nigglets of harlots. Let's try it one more time.
Jalen's mom.
Ooh, hold on.
And that's when she first learned about Jalen
I
Richards,
want y'all to
the
hear this.
12-year-old who was gunned down Saturday night in South Baltimore.
I went to Jalen's mom and I said, your son threatened my son with a gun. My son is getting ready to turn 17. My son would really hurt your son.
What made you go to his mom about what?
Because, you know, these kids knocked my son out.
But things did not get better. They only escalated. One day, Hawkins says she got a call from her daughter who said
It got escalated. Why? Because you weren't dealing with the father. Emotions were involved. Things got escalated.
That's what happens when you're dealing with one emotion to another.
Harlots.
said Khalil had a gun at school.
I walked in there by myself and grabbed my son out of their school with an Uzi in his backpack.
Your son had a gun in his?
Yes, he went up to Douglas to shoot up like those kids. He was not playing. They knocked him out and robbed him. All because he doesn't.
So like she's proud of this
Her
stuff.
son refusing to tell her where the gun came from. She turned it over to Baltimore police and moved her son to Hagerstown. But before uprooting the family, Hawkins says she tried to meet with several parents of kids who were having problems.
Out of these 16, 7 of them are gone now. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. It's a crisis. I don't know how else to look at it.
But not much was done. Hawkins describing a lack of interest from some parents in their kids' lives.
This is getting crazy, and I'm recognizing that the parents care more about going out to clubs, partying. I've been pounding the streets with this situation with other parents.
That concern echoed Monday
This morning,
by Mayor Brandon Scott and City State's Attorney Ivan Bates.
we have adults in our city who are failing to set an example for our youth. They're your children. You have to raise your children. We have to do our jobs as your leaders, but parents, we ask you to help us as you do your jobs as well.
But how to hold parents accountable for their kids and their actions remains the unanswered question.
No. It's a real easy question.
Yep.
You start having babies out of wedlock. You need to lock your dumb ass up. That's just what it is. I'm okay with the heathen coming down the street in a little, in the pokey wagon to come pick your ass up and cart you off to jail. I'm serious, because if you can't obey by the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you don't need to be over here making our community worse than it already is. With these old delusions of Satan that's filled your minds to the max, that now y'all over here thinking that y'all equal with a man and this, that, and the third, and all this other foolishness. Man, this stuff has got to stop. Y'all killing our community, killing it, killing us, having us. We're a lot. We're so much of a laughing stock that when they look at the black man, they don't even see the black woman anymore, really. You know what I'm saying? It's a all up hands grab for the black man by every other nation of women. And black women ain't doing a damn thing about it. Y'all should feel ashamed that other women of other nations feel that they could even come and talk to us. That's crazy right there, right? Hey, what happened to, man, you see how rough that sister looked? You know what I'm saying? Compared to the heathen that she was standing behind. The heathen looked feminine. Our own sister, shut your dumb ass up. Nowhere you was not looking no kind of way feminine there. And see, these are the people that they decide to interview, right? So when you see another brother that looks at that stuff, right? Another brother, he might look at his sister, and then a kid or a child, they might look at something. That's the first thing they see, right? They see the heathen that looking demure and feminine next to a sister that's all up and talking about her. She can't control her son. Little nigga got Uzis. You see what I'm saying, Israel? This stuff has got to stop. We're not gonna make it. Well, we're gonna make it, but very few of us gonna make it. But you see why? Let's continue the video.
And city leaders say they're digging into. Now, Hawkins says kids are being targeted by adults running gangs in circles in the city, especially after laws changed last year, shielding young kids from certain crimes.
No, wait. Before I go on, I'll slack you to keep stopping it. But now they said that we got adults running gangs in circles. What are these adults? They come from single mother homes that are in gangs. These are facts. All right. Well, I think it was 89% of children in gangs come from single mother homes. I think that was a statistic that we brought out a few weeks ago. It's
Feel
ridiculous.
like they're prey to these predators, these drug dealers that are hanging out around the schools, because it's easier to have children sell drugs for you than you to get a charge yourself to sell drugs.
Coming from East Baltimore, Hawkins says she never imagined leaving the city, but the problems within Charm City still haunt.
So I'm still afraid. Like, I'm afraid to come through the city.
Now calling Hagerstown home, Hawkins sits in a park with the sounds of kids playing in the background. While some young people in the city are not running around, playing and being kids.
You can't imagine one of them being a killer. I can. I really can.
Hawkins says this juvenile crime trend is a parent problem first, but she says city schools and police need to intervene when there are things going on to prevent this violence from escalating.
So they're trying to get us younger and younger. Imagine that. They're trying to get young slaves, 12, 13. They're trying to get you when you're young. Institutionalize you. That's crazy, man.
It starts from grade school. It starts with this TV mess, because think about it. When you got 73% of babies being born to unwed mothers, then who's doing majority of the raising? It's going to be the media. It's going to be the TV.
God.
Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Mackenzie also pressed Mayor Brandon Scott on juvenile crime after a roundtable he held with City State's Attorney Ivan Bates and other community leaders to talk about what can be done.
We have adults in our city who are failing to set an example for our youth and failing to properly spend time and invest in them.
This is the kind of jargon that I don't like. Stop saying it. Just go out and say it. All of them, you are saying the mothers were talking to the mothers in the hood, they're talking about the shootings. You talk about these damn women, they're not doing what they're supposed to, because they're supposed to be with a man. They're supposed to be married. They're not supposed to be raising up sons on their own, because a woman cannot raise a man. It's facts, right? You don't even have the genetic code to even identify with a man, right? The man has the XY chromosome, both of them. So you know y'all came from the rib. The Most High don't play. That's why we have both DNA structure, the X and the Y, and y'all just have XX. That's it. Y'all know y'all came from us. This is our facts. It's not the other way around. Y'all come from us. Y'all have to be led by the man. It's not about me. I want to do me. I want to do this. I want to shake my butt on OnlyFans for $3.99 a month for every wicked nigga and heathen to see. This stuff is wickedness, man. Look at this stuff. You got these noodleback niggas right here that's standing up in front of these heathen, man. Look at them, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it looks like 8 Israelites. I don't know about this dude with the green tie on. He looks like a mamzer of some sort, but 8 damn Israelites up here, right? And you got this heathen sitting right here, and they can't tell them the truth. You know what? We got these wicked ass women up here that don't want to submit to the man, don't have no husbands, and they don't know how to raise no man, and that's why we got the situation in our community. That's why they're running around killing each other, because they don't have a brother in there to discipline in the home, because these 73% of single mothers are sleeping with 15% of the niggas that are out here. Wickedness on all levels.
We also know that this isn't just happening. Multiple students were killed and shot in January. So why is the enforcement of the curfew and these conversations about addressing juvenile violence just now happening when this has been a problem for months?
We'll say this, Mackenzie, and I'll say this again. You weren't with us last week, but enforcing the curfew isn't simply about violence, right? And you're here, and these partners know this very well. Enforcing curfew is about doing what we have to do to keep young people safe, period.
Well, that roundtable was part of the mayor's State of the City address.
I don't even like the way that heathen was just, man, you see how these heathen just talk to us, right? It's like he just, she was just like talking to him like he was a kid, sort of. Like, I don't know, personally, that's just neither here nor there, but I just don't like the way these folks address our people, right? Just because this is the way that they look at us, because we have all this crime and situation going on, man. I mean, hey, man, you look at Israelites nowadays and you be like, they ain't really about nothing.
They glow from that. They glow from that because it solidifies their existence.
They're like, we gave them everything. We gave them holidays. They don't have they don't celebrate holy days. They do everything that we tell them 4th of July, even though they was getting their backs beat in and teeth knocked out in 1776, right? You got these old dumbass niggas that be running around cooking up barbecue on 4th of July like they was getting free, right? Running around with Statue of Liberty shirts on and doggone of American flags on their
You
shirts.
don't even realize that they were being celebrated as free labor. That was what the 4th of July was all about. About celebrating free labor.
We need to wake up.
Today, he just wrapped up his main address where he announced new initiatives to curb juvenile crime. Fox 45's Jeff Abel joins us now live with more on that part of our story. Jeff.
That's right. The mayor is standing firm, telling the crowd here in South Baltimore tonight that his crime plan is working, even citing double-digit decreases in the homicide rate. But there are much disappointments tonight when it comes to that juvenile uptick in juvenile crime. And for that, he says he is moving the health commissioner to a new position as deputy mayor, who will focus almost exclusively on youth violence and prevention.
Dr. D guided us through the pandemic. We gained national recognition for our approach to protecting the lives of our residents.
I guarantee you, this brother don't even have a clue what's
Defining
going on.
public health crisis.
Yeah, I'm about to just stop it right here because
Yeah, please do.
like Israel, like they got our people so like our people at the highest level. That's the mayor, right? He does not understand, or maybe he does, and they don't want him to say anything because we got this new wave of feminism that we got going on now, right? But we all know what the problem is. Why we got gang violence, why we have shootings and all this other stuff. We didn't have this stuff when we were married at a 80 to 90% rate. We weren't having violence on each other when we were getting our back beat in for these heathen, or even when we first started out, when we first got our freedom. We weren't doing that stuff.
And that should tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Israel. The Most High, the Most High will allow things to happen for us to see the result of our wickedness. And when you look back towards the 50s, when we had 98% marriage rate in the 50s, and like brother was saying, we didn't have these issues. You can leave your door, you can leave your house and leave your door unlocked. Look, you go up the street and you act up, and if your neighbor whoop your ass, guess what? As soon as you get back home, you get another butt whooping. That's the world I grew up in. All right, but it's like our people don't realize, because when we start turning away from the Most High, we start turning away from the values that the Most High has set up for our people, for sisters and the brothers to be married, and for the men to be in the home and to discipline their kids. When that is taken away, guess what? The Most High says, okay, all right, y'all want feminism? I'm gonna give you feminism. Y'all don't want no man in the home? Y'all feel like y'all can do it by yourself? Okay, I'm gonna let this thing ride out until the wheels fall off of it. And that's exactly what's happened. The Most High is going to allow this thing to ride until the wheels fall off.
That's right.
And the wheels are like flapping right now. The rubbers are already off. It's flapping right now. So guess what? We still got a ways to go. And if you think that it's going to get better, oh no, because this stuff has to play out. These women, so many women, a majority of women are so pride, and I'm talking about the 73% of these women, that are having these babies outside of wedlock. They're so pride that the only way that they're going to see it is that the wheels are going to have to fall completely off. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
It says, the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, we're still in 18, verse 5. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. Right? So, every time you agree with feminism, you're overthrowing the righteous in judgment, because we know that stuff is wicked. Every time you say that the woman is equal to the man, or she shouldn't have to do this, or this is that, the third, the scriptures say, right? For you, if you're a righteous sister or a righteous brother, it is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. You all understand that, right? So that means that you cannot in no type of way agree with any type of wickedness. You're not supposed to, right? Why? The scriptures explicitly speak and say that what? If you don't say anything and you go along with whatever wickedness is going on, right? That stuff is going to fall on you. The blood is going to be on you as well. So if you got a homeboy that's a fag, and you continue hanging out with him and you ain't rebuked him or whatnot, yeah, you might as well be a fag too, right? Because you're gonna get hit with that same judgment because you was okay with it. The Most High don't play games, right? The Most High don't play games to the fact that you ain't never seen nobody come back to life so far in our lifetime. No matter what they say, they ain't found the wellspring of youth or whatever that case may be, right? They want to celebrate birthdays. Why you celebrate birthdays when you get closer to death, right? Even being born is a curse because you're going to have to die. It's a trial. When you're born, you're automatically coming into a trial, period. That's just what it is. If you can't realize that right now in your life, you a damn fool, all right? Everyone that was born must die. So that means what? You have a mission. You got a mission in this life to do something. And what it is, you have to figure out what that mission is. You think that mission is to do whatever the hell you want with this life that was freely given to you? You don't even know how to make an eyeball, but you got one in your head and you looking at the screen right now with it. And you trying to tell me that you think that the Most High created them eyeballs that you don't know how to make, even though you maintain them every day, right? For you to be out here twerking in the club, for you to be up here laying with Pookie and Ray Ray, right? For you to be talking about me, and me. That's what you think this is? No. The Most High created you for him, all him. So if you don't do what he wants you to do, if you acting a damn fool out there, right? The Most High, he's gonna make sure that you're gonna get it. Hey, he's man, hold on, man. Hold on. I mean, I hate to go back to the scripture, right? Because the Most High, he don't play. It says, and this is one of my favorite scriptures, right? Because it just there's nothing that can be misconstrued in here, right? For what's going to happen if you do not obey. It says, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works. Meaning that what? You're going to have to do the right thing. You're going to have to believe and obey and complete the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And by faith, whereby ye believe, ye shall be preserved from the said perils. Hey, you mind looking up the word perils real quick? Can you bring up that word perils? Because I don't think they understand. I think they think that perils is something good, right? Perils has got to be for something good, maybe.
What verse you went from?
No, it don't matter. Just bring up anything. And you can bring
what verse in relation to the verse that you read from?
Oh, I'm in the 2nd Ezra 9 and 8. You're not going to be able to pull up it on Blue Letter. You're just going to have to go to a regular Google search. I don't care. Peril, right? Peril is something you don't want to see, right? This is going to be disastrous, right? Brother Dan, you're going to pull him up. I'm going to add you to the stream.
The right one here.
It don't matter. Anyone will do. See, a danger.
Yep.
It says a danger, a peri, right? Of uncertain duration, a danger, right? You don't want something dangerous coming to you, right? It says shall be preserved from the said danger, right? With a dog coming, right? A wild rabbit dog, that's a danger, right? The scriptures say that it's going to be like in the day of the Lord that that a bear was chasing you and you ran from the bear, and then when you went in the house, you put your hand on the wall to rest, right? And then a snake popped out, right? Are you kidding me right now? Right? Those are dangers, right? It's going to be worse than that. An earthquake is a danger, right? A monsoon is a danger. Hurricanes, fires, right? All kinds of stuff that we've seen. The 10 plagues. The Most High has all kinds of perils that he can put you through, right? Ye shall be preserved from the said. What are the said perils? The said perils of hell, right? The said perils of hell, pain, suffering, right, for your wickedness. You think the Most High is just going to let you get away with that? And shall see my salvation in my land, which is Israel, right, where we're going to be saved at, right? And within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning, right? So the Most High, we already know that he's omniscient, right, which means he knows everything. He can see the past, the present, and the future. So he knows what time it is. If you're going to be wicked throughout your whole life, or, right, you're going to keep these commandments, or you're going to shape up at the end, or you're going to be repentant and stop being wicked, keep the commandments and put these works in, right? So you one day can live forever too. Then they should be in a pitiful case. which have now abused my ways. He said, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall what? Shall dwell in torments. Hey, pull up the word torment. I'm sorry. Pull up that word torment, because I think they might think that this is talking about they're going to have fun. They're going to be able to twerk in the club, sell their booty hole on OnlyFans for $3.99 a month. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's going to happen to them. Let's show what the scriptures say. The scriptures say, if you have disobeyed the Most High and didn't care at all about what he said, you're going to dwell in torments. Then they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully, right? Because they know the Most High exists, right? Like, man, you got these women on TV. I saw some woman on television talking about this woman named Melanie something, right? She's talking about a Christian, and she was talking about Christian on Christian this and Christian that, right? But it's weird. But her husband divorced her, which is something rare, right? Her husband divorced her, and then she was on some podcast with some young brother, just talking about all types of wickedness, when she was just there talking about how to be a Christian. She was just getting on some other sister about how to be about how to be a Christian, right? To torture, right? Hey, torture, right? So let's say like torture tactics, like, pulling off your fingernails, say, hey, that's torture. If somebody just to sit down, tie your ass up, so like, tie you up in the chair, right? Start pulling off your fingernails, right? Waterboard you, right? They start, popping you in the head with a wiffle ball bat or something like that a couple of times, right? Hey, man, they're going to torture you. A testing by the touchstone, which is black siliceous stone used to test the purity of gold or silver by the color of streak produced on it by rubbing it with either metal. Okay, all right. Torture, the act of tormenting or the state condition of those tormented. Pull on down to the Strong's definition. Torture, torment. Okay, so I guess it just pretty much expects you to understand what the hell torture is, right? But I give a few examples for those that did not. All right. So what's going to happen to the wicked? Noodle Black Brothers, hey, don't worry, the Most High gonna get you too. So this ain't all on the women, as we know. As you read, it's you 50%, 15% of niggas that are out there doing, hey, the Most High getting you too. You doing anything? It don't got to be sex. You brothers, you can be doing a lot of stuff. Y'all can be doing it. Just not doing the work. Period. If you ain't out there witnessing your people, that's part of the works. It says you saw in the beginning. That's how it says that everyone, back to verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his what? His works. And by faith. So you got to have two. So if you're not doing that, if you're sitting on your behind, you're not doing that, hey, you're not getting in. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We're gonna leave you in the pit, right? For such in their life have received benefits and have not known me, right? And they have loathed my law while they yet had liberty. Right? They didn't care what the Most High said. I'm going to be wicked. I'm going to do me. I'm going to sleep around. I'm going to have sexual liberty. Right? But they were while you were alive. You know that the Most High said, nah, you ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to wait till you have married. You're supposed to wait till you're married to have sex. And even let's say if you messed up and you did it, hey, man, close them legs up. Stop it right now. Right? Cut that. So shut it down. Right? And then pray that the Most High create some kind of miracle for you. Right? And while they yet had liberty, and when as yet the place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not, but despised it. The same must know it after death. That means after you dead, by pain. So what kind of pain can you receive after you were dead? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. But guess what? Right? If you was a woman out here like this woman I first showed that would rather choose a OnlyFans than a husband, I guarantee you're going to be one of the ones that's going to be saying, gonna know it after death by pain. Right? It's not good to be alive. Y'all think it's good to be alive? The only thing good about this is that you go on, maybe, just maybe, if you fight hard enough and struggle hard enough, right, to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Don't succumb to the flesh. Don't be selfish. thinking about me, and me, and me, right? Maybe you can get the kingdom. It says, I have said before and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like a wave is greater than a drop, right? The contrast in those two things is so magnificent. A wave compared to a drop. Man, I can see why, Brother Daniel and I, hey, man, we like Isaiah 4:1. Stuff like that. Hey, Wicked gonna have to get it. It's only gonna be a small few select folks left. Out here, man, you already see it. Right? We already see how the world is right now. They have gone crazy. Right? Everybody's believing in delusional things that just don't work. Right? The Most High's way is the true way. It has to be. It makes the most sense out of everything that you see in this earth. Everything that he says, the way that he set things up, right? From the beginning to the end, to the order of the household, to the duties of the man, to the duties of the woman, all of it is perfect in wisdom. For us not to follow it as a people means death. Look at us. We don't have nothing. But yet, you are living in we living our best life over here in America. We don't have nothing. We don't have no money. We don't have not 1 cent of currency with our face on it. We don't have you got people that know good and well that Moses was mistaken for an Egyptian, and the Egyptians of antiquity are Hamites. They look like Africans. This is open fact for everybody. Everybody knows there's no white people in the Bible. However, you got the people in the Holy Land coming from the Iberian Peninsula between Spain and Portugal, avoided all the dark lands, in some kind of way they call themselves Jews and they are Israelites. Man, this stuff is ridiculous. Man, we are the laughing stock of the earth. To the point that we got these damn heathen over there thinking that they us, calling themselves us, and nobody's questioning this. Well, of course, a lot. Gamal upstairs, Sinner, right? He knew, right? He said it publicly. You know what I mean? How do they leave black and come back white? We can't get it together, Israel, if we can't stop arguing among ourselves. If you women don't get that damn chip off your shoulder and humble down. And I hate how to say it like that, but that's the problem, right? We've taken the situation from slavery to where we are now. Hey, man, chill out for a little while. Let's keep going, right? Chill out a little while. Let's keep going because y'all ain't doing nothing but killing us. That's all y'all doing. 20 million. We only have we have had 40 million Israelites in America. 40 million. Now, we're supposed to have 60 million because y'all wicked ass women have killed off 20 million of our people. Listening to these damn heathen. Me. We got to stop it, Israel. When are we going to get it, man? The white man does not have your best interest at hand. No heathen has your best interest at hand. They don't never want to see you succeed. You think they want to see you? Why do you? Hey, you know what? I walk around with my wife, right? Just walk around with my wife, and everybody was still right. Hey, folks be amazed that you see a black family, a husband and a wife together with children. Hey, that stuff is amazing to the heathen. They look at that. You ever see how they try to just, this stuff, wow. Oh, y'all family is so beautiful. And this, that, and the third. And these heathen are amazed when they see a family like that. Because it's so rare. And that's a shame that our people are looked at in that particular light. Brother Dane?
What do they call that family? I forgot what they call the family when you see when you have a man and a woman and children. What do they call it? There's a word for it. It's kind of family they call it. But it's starting to become so rare now that you see that.
A what kind of family?
It's a name. I can't think of the name of it, but it was a name for like the versus the family being together versus single parenting and everything.
Oh,
the nuclear family. That's what I'm.
Yeah, nuclear family kind. Okay.
Yeah, the nuclear family is like it's becoming such a rarity. Like I rarely see. There's black families out there, but man, it's becoming such a rarity. It's almost becoming extinct or something. Yep, that's right. Nuclear family.
Stop eating the fruit, Eve. Right? The snake is not your friend. The serpent in the garden is not your friend. Please.
Again, like I
stop
said
eating the
earlier,
fruit.
you know, it's this is at a point of no return, you know, and I don't. This is not something that can be reversed on man's time, because we've gone, our people, especially collectively, our women have gone so far down the rabbit hole with this whole thing. You know, 73% of babies born to unwed mothers. That's insane. That's like a landslide compared to the other wicked nations. You know, I mean, you know, we're supposed to be the head nation. We're supposed to be above all people. We're supposed to be the ones setting the stage, you know. I mean, man, you look at us, like, no wonder we're going to be here for a minute, you know. And more likely, like Brother Eitan said, you know, when you born into this earth, you know, you got a mission to do, and you have to make that best mission. That's why I always say, work out your salvation with fear and trembling. And guess what? Because we all going to the grave, Israel. We all going to the grave. Ain't nobody getting no delivered. You're going to have to make the best of you're going to have to teach your kids. You know, you're going to have to teach this next generation to keep their legs closed and to do it right. You're going to have to bring the virginity back again, because, you know, everybody's going to the grave. And, you know, it ain't going to work. Like I said, the Most High is going to allow this thing to ride until the wheels fall off. And we ain't seen nothing yet. Can you imagine what it's going to look like 30 years from now? If the percentage keeps going up, it's 73% right now. Just imagine what it's going to look like 30 years from now, 20 years from now. And that's really not a long time when you really think about it, 20 years. Because even 20 years ago, the percentage was still over 60% 20 years ago of black babies being born to unwed mothers. That was 20 years ago, and it was still over 60%.
Mm.
That's ridiculous. That's like, man.
It's like and you see how these heathen are doing it, making it so with no father in the home, transferring that into being wicked kids, transferring the heathen to bringing in more police, transfer to your ass, going to jail, and then guess what? You the best slaves that money didn't have to buy.
That's like, I'm gonna look that up. What was the percentage of babies born to unwed mothers in 2003? It's 20 years ago. I'm gonna pull that up right quick, see if it'll show me the stats. Give me a second. Go ahead, I'm gonna pull this up right quick. I'm just curious to see what the stats were 20 years ago.
I pray that we can turn this around. All praises to the Most High. Hey, well, sis, you know, we need sisters like T. Hicks, right? And Sister Lariah Israel, sisters like Tina Thornton, right? And sisters that are here week in and week out, right? We need y'all to also help do the, you know, do your duty, right? Y'all got to put in their works too, right? Like Brother Daniel and myself, y'all can count on us to be here every Shabbat, right? We need to count on y'all to get on them, you know what I'm saying, to get on to the sisters. Now, right, we're going to have to, right, y'all going to have to be smart about it, right? Y'all going to have to use a little bit of wisdom, right, and how y'all approach these sisters, because these sisters are unapproachable these days, right? You can't really tell them nothing really too much, right? So, you know, let's say, for example, if your life isn't where you think you need it to be right now, you don't need to be trying to give it any advice at the moment, right, until you get yourself straight. So then when they look at your life, they can say, okay, I can see that, you know, from her following the laws, statutes, and commandments, that the Most High, he does save, right? He does, you know, he does bless, right? That's what we need to work on right there, right? As a people, right? All the sisters that come in, you know, night after night, hey, all praises to the Most High. I am repentant Israelite women is where it's set, right? That's the strength of the community right there, right? Repentant Israelite women that can teach these, you know what I'm saying, that can teach the other younger women how to behave, right? In a lawful manner, right? So then when they come into finding a husband, you know, it won't be, you know, heads butting, right? So as children of the Most High, we need to stay working together as a people. Those that understand the laws, statutes, and commandments, we need to be tighter knit. We need to stay close as possible. We need to stay in communication, right? Things that are going on in each other's lives, right? We need to talk to each other, right? Hey, you know, Brother Daniel and myself, you know, hey, y'all can, we get emails all the time for y'all, right? That's all praises to the Most High, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't hesitate to send an email if y'all got a problem or issue that y'all want to talk about, or y'all need counseling on. Like Brother Daniel says, he counsels a lot too. So, you know, we don't have no problem, but we need to scale together as a people, right? That's what we need. We need to stay together as a people, right? And we need to have each other's back, especially, right? Especially if you see a unrighteous situation unfolding, if you see an unrighteous situation unfolding before your eyes, right? So we need to stick together as a people. You see somebody doing wrong, you see somebody else, and they getting on that person that's doing wrong. Guess what? You need to back that person up. Don't be quiet in the background. Like I said, man, that sin comes on you. That's blood on your neck, right? You don't want that, right? So we got to stand up, Brother Daniel.
Yeah, I want to bring this up right quick.
Okay.
So I went back. It went back to the '60s. So let me bring this up right quick. You can see where the gradual change started happening. So, analysis out of wedlock births in the United States since 1970, out of wedlock birth rates soared. In 1965, 20% of Black infants and 3% of white infants were born to single mothers. Damn, that's still like this is back.
That's eight times. That's eight times the amount.
This is back in 1965, 24% of Black infants and 3.1% of damn.
That's eight times the amount.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how is that possible, man? I don't understand that when they outnumber us by so many more, right? We're only it's only 150 million heathen in America in the United States. Hold up, man. Let me see United
Yeah, I have to look at the breakdown because I know total is like 300 million, something like that. But that's including all the races.
Yeah, I'm
not sure as far as the breakdown, but I think majority of it is white though. Majority.
Okay, Con. Okay, so we got 331 million, right, in the United States, which means that what we have 290 million heathen, right? 290 million heathen in the United States. 290 million heathen in the United States. Right? How in the world? Oh, hold up, man. You know what? Let me see how many whites are in the United States. Let me break that number down.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm gonna do. Like
and this was back in the 60s, man.
What is the population?
And back 24% in the 60s. That's damn high, for the 60s. But now like 73%, man.
What are they? Caucasians? That's what they call them. Caucasians.
Yeah, Caucasians. Yeah. Caucasians. That's the word to use.
The United States.
Man, you can just see the gradual. It's like we just went backwards and backwards and backwards, like tenfold.
Yo, bro, you're not even want to hear this, bro. It's
put it on the screen. Put it on the
screen. This stuff is absolutely ridiculous. Let me see. Where am I at? At the stream. Oops, Slovakia. That's not the one. Let me stop screen right there. Boom. Let me present this. Man, this is ridiculous. This is. Okay. All right, Israel. Here we go. Boom. Right. 231.9. So almost 232 million heathen. Right. This is white people. That's just white folks. Now let's bring this back up. Brother Daniel pulled up 24% of Black infants and how in the world, right? We only have 40 million of us. How in the hell we outdo those folks by eight? By 8. Right, when they got 230, damn near 232 million of them. How is that possible, Israel? Y'all got to break that down for me. That's wild, Israel. It's 232 million pale heathens in the United States. It's only 40 million of us. Right? It's only 40 million of us. Y'all got to break that down. How is that possible? That y'all, you know what I'm saying, that y'all have what? It's so few of us compared to them, but yet we outnumber them by 8%. I mean 8 times.
Mm-hmm. In wickedness, that's crazy.
Like the heathens will tell y'all something, but they don't be doing it. Right? They'll tell y'all, hey, sure, yeah, leave your man, do this and that and the third, but they don't do it. You see 3.1% of them. 3.1%, right, of 232 million heathens. Only 3.1% of that. Come on, Israel. right? That's only a couple million of them. That's only a couple million of them, right? That's wild, Israel. 3%. That's not even 2 million, right? Not even. And they have not even 2 million, not even 2 million of them. Not even 2 million. You understand? And we have 231. So that means not even 10, we're still 200 and we 220 something million heathens were born with mothers and fathers. That's a damn shame, right? That's 2000.
And every, you know what? And every Caucasian person, white people I see, even Asians, they're with families. They got a father and a mother and stuff. But our people,
nah, not our people though. You know, we don't want to do it. We just want to be strong, black, independent, even though that crap don't work. I mean, like, y'all got to know that don't work by now.
That's why the Most High is gonna let it roll until the wheels fall off, y'all.
Yeah, that's right. Like Brother Daniel said, those joints is flapping.
Yeah, flapping, boy, like rubbers and shit is falling off, man, and pieces. What in there wheels out.
All right, Israel, I'm about out of steam. I don't know if Brother Daniel has anything else for y'all.
No.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me put this down in here real quick. Maybe that one detractor. You got some verses for us? You got some verses for us, so you don't like what we're saying, or you just want to just say a piece? We put the link down in the comment board. We're gonna leave it down there for a little minute.
Ain't nobody coming on tonight,
yeah, more than likely, you're right.
Israel, look, y'all. Want to wish you all a happy new moon, Shabbat new moon, and Shabbat Shalom, everything. So, got your menorahs, got your frankincense and myrrh. Go ahead and get that out. Pray that you enjoy the rest of your Shabbat. All right.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. Stay strong.
Send us an